What's going on, guys? It's Phil here, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. SummerSlam 2024 is in the books, and all we have to talk about now is what we thought about the show. So with that being said, I asked you guys over on my X account what you guys thought about SummerSlam 2024, and I got some comments to go over. So in this video, we are going to be going over your SummerSlam thoughts and really just discussing SummerSlam 2024 as a whole. So let's get right into it. But before we do, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss an upload right here on the YouTube channel. But now, without further ado, let's get to your hot takes and thoughts about SummerSlam 2024. My guy Ango says, very good. Makes me even more excited for the rest of the year. And to be honest, my man, I think you hit the nail right on the head with this one. The rest of the year is looking very bright for the WWE. And ever since really Triple H has taken over as head of creative for WWE over on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, Triple H has been absolutely killing it in this role. Triple H has a vision, and he has a way of sticking to it. He has a destination, and ultimately he just finds these roads to ultimately get you to where you need to be to really just set everything in gear for the rest of the year to come, and honestly for future years beyond that. So ultimately the future is very bright for WWE, and I cannot wait to see what Triple H has in store after SummerSlam. So really, you hit the nail right on the head with that one. Rod Hardy says, I absolutely loved it. I might be biased, though. I think it rivals any SummerSlam all time, and I think it's the best PLE this year. All the matches surpassed my expectations except for the Sammy match, which was my least favorite match. But my favorite match was most definitely the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, obviously, being there live in attendance will have some recency bias and obviously the bias of being there live added onto it. But ultimately, I really can't disagree with what you said here. The fact of the matter is, I do believe that the Intercontinental Championship matchup between Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker should have gotten a little bit more time to tell whatever story that they needed to tell, but ultimately, I understood what they were going for when it comes down to Braun Breaker being so dominant. But your case for the World Heavyweight Championship match being your favorite matchup of the entire night is perfectly valid, mainly because of the fact that it did a really good thing for not only Gunther, who won the World Heavyweight Championship that night, but it really did a good thing for Damian Priest. I ultimately thought that the matchup against Gunther was easily his best matchup thus far of being the World Heavyweight Champion, and though he lost the World Heavyweight Championship in that matchup, I really do feel like Damian Priest could easily be in the World Heavyweight Championship picture moving forward, and nobody's going to be able to bat an eye. Damian Priest did fantastic as a World Heavyweight Champion ever since cashing in at WrestleMania 40 up until now, and he did a very good job with the belt since then. So ultimately, Damian Priest did a very fine job as World Heavyweight Champion, and I cannot wait to see what he does in the future. IAmInshal says 7.5 to 8 out of 10. It was decent, but I'm not sure if I'd say it was satisfying. Favorite match was the main event, and my least favorite match was Liv versus Rhea. On the brighter note, Dom is gonna have to run and hide from Rhea. Now, you guys are seeing this on a Thursday afternoon, so you guys already saw the whole situation that went down between Dominic Mysterio, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Damian Priest. But I'm not going to completely disagree with you on your take about SummerSlam being a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for you. The fact of the matter is, I thought your take of your least favorite match being Rhea and Liv was very interesting. I'd like to honestly get get more thoughts on that from you down in the comments on why you thought that that was your least favorite match. But honestly, your favorite match being the main event is obviously valid, with everything that happened in the Bloodline Rules match. Obviously, Roman Reigns' return to WWE was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, it was a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 for you. Not mad at whatsoever. Yeah, I just thought that was really interesting that you said that your least favorite match was the beginning of the show, where honestly it had one of the most dramatic moments of the entire night with Dominic Mysterio turning on Rhea Ripley to side with Liv Morgan and ultimately end up with her in the end. So that was very interesting, but overall, not a bad take. There you go. We all have our opinions here on not only wrestling Twitter, but as a wrestling community as a whole. So there you go. Event Horizon says, recency bias be damned. That was the best total package PLE from start to finish I've ever seen. And again, I really don't see an argument to where you can't really say something like this. The fact of the matter is, SummerSlam is being regarded by many fans alike that is easily one of the best pay per views of Triple H's run as head of creative, and easily one of the best SummerSlams of all time. So the fact that you just think that is the best total package PLE from start to finish, I really can't argue with that, because from everything from the booking decisions to the match order to the pacing of the card, it really did hit on all cylinders. So, really good take here by Event Horizon, as he really thought that it was a total package type show for SummerSlam 2024. Chris says, I thought it was pretty good. It sets up a very interesting Raw and SmackDown. Favorite match was Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Yeah, although I don't think there was a bad match on the show, my least favorite match was Sami Zayn versus Braun. Not a bad match, though. This show had all good matches. Right, and the fact of the matter is that at the end of the day, we've already seen the least favorite match on the card for people being the Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker match for the Intercontinental Championship. And I don't think they're saying that it's the, quote unquote worst match on the card because of how bad the match quality was. I think it's really just the timing factor. They really did not get a lot of time on the pay per view to completely tell the story that they want to tell. Or maybe that they did and they just really wanted to tell the story of Braun being so dominant. But ultimately, you know, Braun Breaker's the new Intercontinental Champion, which I feel like a ton of people really wanted to see in the first place. So there you go with that. Your favorite match being the Logan Paul and LA Knight. Yeah. United States Championship match is honestly really interesting. They really have a unique sense of styles when it comes down to them. And the clash of styles between the two, I honestly thought that, this wasn't really going to be a technical in ring type of matchup here. I thought it was really just going to be all about the promos going in and what, the theatrics of it all was going to be. And Logan Paul did a really good job in this matchup, and so did LA Knight. So the fact that we not only saw just a new United States champion be crowned in the Logan Paul match, but ultimately just a really good matchup between the two was awesome to see. And you're right, it definitely does set up a very interesting episode of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. We already saw one of the best Raws of the year, which was obviously the Raw after SummerSlam, as of the recording of this video on Thursday. And yeah, tomorrow on Friday Night SmackDown, with the return of Roman Reigns and many other things to come for Friday Night SmackDown, there's no telling what Friday Night SmackDown is going to bring when it comes down to just the overall package of what the SummerSlam after SmackDown, the SmackDown after SummerSlam could bring. So yeah, SmackDown is going to be a great show to tune into, and I cannot wait to see what they do over on Friday nights. Dystrin says SummerSlam was Triple H's magnum opus since becoming the boss. While WrestleMania is still the best total show this year, SummerSlam was a perfect example of how Triple H wants WWE to look moving forward. It was a perfect wrestling show. You nailed it with this, mainly because of the fact that you're 100% right in saying that, Triple H wants WWE to look in a certain way now. And, he really does say that, the art of professional wrestling comes in all forms. And Triple H is just really showing that in every single matchup that he can book on a WWE PLE or on a Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. The fact that you said that this is Triple H's magnum opus of, just the entire shows that he's ever done since becoming the boss was really, an interesting take, to be completely honest. And you did say that SummerSlam was really just a perfect wrestling show. And, when it comes down to the bookings of everything and how everything really shaped up, I really can't disagree with you on that. But you did say that WrestleMania to you was still the overall best total show of the year. And hey, with WrestleMania being WrestleMania, I can't really argue with that in one way or another. So, really cool take here by Dystrin. And yeah, SummerSlam, it was just a really good show. So, really, nobody has any bad takes here because at the end of the day, the majority of the people, not only on wrestling Twitter, but around the entire world, really enjoyed SummerSlam this year. So yeah, those are what you guys put to my comment section about SummerSlam 2024 this year within this tweet. Now, guys, I want to do more of these. And if you guys are liking what I put out here, make sure to continue supporting the channel by not only liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on the bell for all notifications. But if you guys want to be featured in these types of videos again, whenever I tweet out a post like this for, the end of WWE PLEs, that's probably when I'm going to be doing them. Leave your comments. Any comment is, eligible to be read on here. Whether it's a bad take, whether it's a good take, I'm going to read all of them. And we are going to be just discussing your take right here on the channel and just, give everybody's thoughts and opinions out there because pro wrestling is in such a good state right now that everybody should have a voice and everybody should be allowed to voice their opinions, whether, good, bad, or indifferent. So thank you guys so much for joining me right here on this video. On Saturday, you guys will be getting my full WWE SummerSlam 2024 review. I know it would be a week later at that point, but ultimately it would give me time to come home to Connecticut, rewatch the show on the televised version side of things, and really just get the details that I possibly could have missed from being there live in the crowd. So that's the only reason why I'm going to be doing the SummerSlam 2024 review a week after the PLE, aired live. But yeah, that's how I'm just going to be doing things probably whenever I go to shows live. So guys, thank you guys so much for joining me right here on the channel tonight. And yeah, if you guys have any other things to say, leave them down in the comment section below about SummerSlam 2024. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a good one.